Peace, y'all. It's your man Dave with my brother Quest, the man bringing you all things marriage, paying you huge dividends on your investment in time with us. We're talking about love, sex, having children, money, spirituality, life, communication, and anything else to help you thrive and win in your relationships. And guess what? This is grown folks' business. So get ready to make grown-up decisions. You know why? Because marriage ain't for suckers. That's the name of the program. Marriage ain't for suckers. All right, let's get into it. Hey, yo, Quest, it's time to give the people something, man. What we talking about today?
What up? What up? What up? What up? It's your boy Quest, your host with the most, and welcome to another edition, episode, chapter, you know what I'm saying, of the Marriage Ain't for Suckers podcast, alongside my man, my man, L. David Harris.
What up, though?
You see how you draw applause like that, kid? How you do that?
I hit the button. That's all. Guess what, Quest?
Get on the mic again.
Class is in session.
Oh, no doubt it is. No doubt it is. Yep. I just want him to know. Let me warn y'all ahead of time. I'm feeling good and silly today. You know, the Bible says that laughter is like medicine. And I got a lot of laughter today. So
it says a merry heart. Fact checker.
If that's the all right, well, yeah, because we don't deal in alternative facts. I'll leave that to Stacey.
Fix your business. Fix your business.
Well, I got a very merry heart today, if that's the case.
All right, it's good. It's all good, man. You need to have a merry heart, man.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt. If I can't laugh, what can I do?
Yeah, no good. Let's go.
No bueno. So what's up, man? What's good on the Jamaica side of things?
Yeah, it's a whole lot good, man. But of course, I got almost a one-track mind right now because we in the throes of Net 2018, hashtag Links for Christ 2018. Y'all want to look that up, man, because Lord is blessing, bro. Yeah. We're getting trending in the program on YouTube, which is a positive thing. Yep, which means that a lot of cats who are looking for something else are getting what the Lord wants them to see on top of that. So they're getting a bonus.
Yep.
And, you know, so it's a blessing, man. Net2018.org. Check it out. We still have until March 10. So you don't want to miss it. It's live every night besides Friday. So check it out.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, man, I am actually, finishing up the packing today and doing all the necessary running around. As tomorrow we head down to Florida, drop the kids off at my parents' house. Yeah. And then off to Fort Lauderdale where we jump on, the Princess Cruise, and off we go Sunday onto the waters, man. It's called the Phenomenal Cruise 2018. It is going down.
Word.
A lot of people speaking on that cruise. Josh Hatch, CJ, Carlos Quinney, who's the CEO of ETA, Eric Thomas, Shelly Shelton, myself. I'll be speaking on Friday on Mastering Your Relationships.
Okay, good stuff.
But there will be a number of conferences. We'll be at sea, I think 3 of those 8 days. And man, other than that, we're going to go and check out a couple islands, enjoy ourselves. And I promise you, if you want to be on this cruise, we'll be releasing it. We just decided, D, that it's something that we need to do annually. When you work hard,
it's true.
You should enjoy the fruits of your labor and you should play hard.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And this is going to be a kind of a workation for me, if you will.
Of course.
It sounds like a oxymoron, workation.
No. If you're doing it right, that's what it is, man. Because good work is not a problem for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no doubt. And so, man, you should play hard. And so next year we'll start releasing that information, man. And if you not on this one this year, trust me, it's going to be off the meat rack. You want to be on the next one for next year.
Yeah, man.
Yes, indeed.
So what's going to happen after that? After you're done with that, then what?
Oh, then we come home. And then on March 23rd through the 25th, me and my man, L. David Harris, click up and form Voltron at the marriage retreat going on by Full Circle Ministries, headed up by the one and only Pastor Paul Graham.
Yeah, man, that's people's, man.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. Well, I'm talking about That's foundational, peoples. We go all the way back to elementary school too.
Yeah.
And that's going down at Sandy Cove.
Yeah, that's Northeast Maryland, just across the border from Delaware.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Son, I haven't been to the States in years.
Oh no doubt.
Literally.
And so this and much you haven't been to the state in years, and we haven't seen each other face to face in years.
29. So all of y'all out there just, wanting to be in our business, acting like we brand new with each other. We not, man. We were little homies together, man. Real talk.
Nah. And so when we get in that room, it's going down like 4 flats. If you are in the Maryland area and you're trying to take your marriage to the next level, you know what I'm saying? You're trying to find out how can I get on one accord with my wife, or you're just moving towards marriage and you need to find out some gems that'll allow you to navigate efficiently.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. Yes, indeed. So, yep. Couple of events coming up real soon. Take Control is the name of the entrepreneurial series that we're putting on this year.
Mm-hmm.
We just did Charlotte last weekend. Dallas is coming up, I believe, and Boston is coming up. If you want to be in the building, I promise you, Chris Daniels, shout out to Chris Daniels. He does the DISC assessment that he's transformed and called it the animal assessment now. And if you ever hear anybody from the ETA or Breathe University community talking about I'm a gorilla, I'm a flamingo, I'm a turtle, or I'm a chameleon, that's what they're talking about. And I promise you, it does wonders for you. And just trying to find out who you are, how you operate, and not only with yourself, but with other people as well. So yeah, man, Josh Hatch is always dropping gems as far as business is concerned. He punched some folk in the mouth the other day, D. He said, when your likes on Instagram are more than your bank account, something is wrong.
Oh, pause.
Yeah. He said, I just want to say that one more time, just for those, saying if anybody didn't get caught. He said, when the number of likes on your Instagram is more than what you have in your bank account, something is wrong. I said, okay.
Pause.
Yep. Yeah.
All right then. All righty then.
Yeah. And so E.T. did a phenomenal piece on I Am. You know what I'm saying?
I saw that. I actually saw that.
Man, I mean, I'm talking about it was bananas. He did a piece on I Am that was just out of this world. So like I said, man, if y'all want to be in the next one, if it's might be coming close to your area, to find out more information and when it's coming to a city near you, go to www.etinspires.com/events.
Yeah.
Or go to breatheuniversity.com.
Word up. Well, why don't we get the rest of this underway so we can get the program going?
Yes, sir.
This program is brought to you by Audible. Get your free audiobook trial and your free audiobook with your audio trial at audibletrial.com/marriage, with more than 180,000 titles from which to choose for your Android, Kindle, or MP3 player. And I think today I'm going to recommend, again, for our homegirl, we want to keep it in the family today, Carmen Hope Thomas, Why Marry a Man You Don't Need. Why Marry a Man You Don't Need. And so just go ahead and get that. You don't have to do that, but you can. And I recommend it. And so that's where it is. And so I just want to ask a question to the people, Quest. I need to see them put it in the feed. If you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, or even live on iHeartRadio, I need to pull that chat box open. I can see it now. If you would like to see us do live call-in lines, regular, just go ahead and put yes, all caps. Yes, all caps, because that's something we've been toying with. And we got the capability to get 1,000 heads in. We're not going to be able to talk to 1,000 people, but we can do it. The lines cannot be overwhelmed. So, yeah, just let us know. Put it in the chat box. If you're catching it after the fact, go ahead and do it again. Yes, if you want to see us do live call-in, and if you think that'll add benefit to the program, just let us know, and we'll see what we could do about that. We already ready, though. You got to know. Infrastructure's already in place. It ain't nothing new, man.
Come on. You already know what it is.
Yeah, so we won't do it today. We'll just, see what the people saying, Quest.
Yeah, no doubt.
All right, let's get going, man. We in there.
Yep. Did I see Wifey in the room today? I think Wifey's in the room.
I saw somebody hail her, bro. Oh, wait, there she go. I see her now. Yeah.
Oh, she's definitely in the room today.
Yeah, I see her.
Shouts out to the love.
On Facebook.
of my life. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
Faith. What's up?
The gungo peas to my rice.
Oh,
you know
boy.
what I'm saying? My Julie mango.
Well, why
you know?
always got to be food? That's all I want to know.
Yeah, because that's how she make. You know how food make you feel? That's how she make me feel nice.
Okay, Quest.
You know
I ain't
what I'm
mad.
saying? Yeah, that's how she made me feel, kid. She made me feel nice. So shouts out to, you know what I'm saying, my butter pecan Rican. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Boricua, stand up.
Bang, bang, bang.
All right, Quest, let's go. Let's go, man.
Yep. So we talking about today, man, the power. Yeah, let me just say it one more time because there's power in it. The power of making adjustments.
Mm-hmm.
The power of making adjustments.
The power of making adjustments.
Yep. For real, you and I live by it. We've never really, and there was a time that I wasn't, but I know that I am. In the last couple of years, you know what I'm saying, I just do it. You know what I'm saying? And I know that you've been married a number of years more than I have, and you've been doing it as well. And it's kind of been our unspoken mantra, if you will.
Yeah.
As it relates to marriage and our specific relationships, and that is making adjustments and not making excuses.
Yeah, word up. Period.
Yeah. There is a couple of couples that I have been coaching, providing marital coaching for, who are going through, you know what I'm saying, the changes. And sometimes what we have a tendency to do when problems arise, difficulties arise, whatever the challenges arise, we look a lot at what we're not getting, and we always look at our spouse from the standpoint of what they're not doing.
Oh boy.
When the truth of the matter is that you have just as much, like, no problem, no issue is one-sided. You know what I'm saying? No difficulty is really one-sided. You're in marriage. You know what I'm saying? And
one.
Like
one marriage, before, Quest.
You're one. So, you and I spoke about it, I think, on the last podcast. I want to say it was the last podcast, but we talked about being a fragmented one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that makes it very difficult for the one and one to become one.
True, indeed.
You will.
Yeah, we were having a private session with one of our guys.
Yeah,
that's where we were talking about that.
Okay, yep. And so one of the things that I realize as I'm coaching couples is that sometimes, and let me just say this about me first. There was a time where I was in that same position, but what I realized, D, is when I refuse to acknowledge that I am dealing with an issue that's resident in me, right? Although it's both of our problems because we're married, it really resides here in me. And I've encouraged couples to think from the mindset of, you're not the problem and he's not the problem. The problem is the problem. And what the two of you need to do is become vulnerable with each other and work together against the problem and not each other.
Yeah.
That's something that I always tell couples, right?
Yeah.
So when I put myself in a position, D, where I am negligent to realize that there is a problem resident here and it needs to be fixed. Yeah. And what we try to do sometimes is we try to self-medicate, but you've been self-medicating for the last month.
Yeah.
6 months. And that 6 months turned into 2 years. And that 2 years turned into 5. You got a problem.
Yeah. I want to
put. Go ahead. Yeah, no, I'll just say this last piece and then you could jump in. You can make excuses for the problem that you got, or you can make adjustments. Me, I'm in that position that although I'm a marriage coach, D, when me and Faith go through changes and it's changes that I can't seem to fix, she can't, we got to go see somebody.
Yeah, real talk. And
like I Quest Green has a marriage coach as well. I'm a marriage coach, but I got a marriage coach.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah. Yep. And I, as always, I want to quote Polonius in that Shakespearean play, bro.
Come on.
This above all, to thine own self be true. And it must follow as night the day. So night actually follows the day all the time, right? Thou canst not then be false to any man. So as long as I'm being honest to myself about myself, then I can't lie to others about self.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Because that's the problem. When you talk about self-medicating, sometimes we self-medicate to hide our faces from the reality.
Come on.
Right? Like they say, sticking your head in the sand.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's just change the subject. And in my field, it's called redirecting, but you're redirecting yourself. So there's a problem right in front of you, and let's talk about it. And then shoot. So how's the day? Like what?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Wait. How do we get on the day? We haven't even begun to deal with the issue that we have right in front of us.
Absolutely.
Right.
Or,
so
then of course, like for me, D, like I understand the magnitude of what we do, it collectively as well as individually.
Yeah, Quest.
And so like I don't have time to be dealing with stuff that is a hindrance to me and my relationship, because I know that the union between the covenant between me and Faith is not just about me and Faith.
Nah, it's gonna leak out, man. It'll leak out and mash up everything.
But here's the thing: people are looking at us as a couple as a reference point. Like, okay,
that's right.
Dope. That's what marriage is like. That's how it should work. And I may not necessarily want to do it exactly the way that they're doing it, but I want to model some of the principles that. Now, if I got an issue going on, and I'm sitting here battling with this issue for a month, 3 months, and then I'm saying to myself, I'm not yet, convinced that I really need to see a therapist.
Man.
Like, nah, B, I'm not on that.
Nah.
I got too much at stake.
Yeah.
And if Faith will tell you, like, for real, I'm quick to say, yo, all right, I can't talk to you about it because, like, no, you can't really help because you don't have to help me with this, right? I need to go talk to a therapist. So I call my boys. I start calling my partners. Like, okay, who knows of a good therapist that I can sit down? It's crazy. I watched Jay in an interview with what's your man who was the CEO of New York Times?
Oh, I don't remember his name.
Black gentleman. Oh man, his name is. I'll remember it. I promise you. But I watched them sit down and have the interview, and to hear him talk now, as opposed to the way that he did back then. I'm talking about my man made serious adjustments because he went to a therapist to help him talk through some stuff. And the way that he's talking right now, I've never heard the brother talk before.
And who is this?
I'm talking about Jay-Z.
Oh.
And I'm talking about the brothers talking in a way that's freeing. Like he talks about the way that he used to cheat on his wife, the way that he's not cheating right now.
Yeah.
I mean, and talking in a holistic kind of way. A healthy way, if you will.
So he got help.
And I'm sitting there. My man got help. Mm-hmm. There's no way that, because here's the funny thing about it. When you continue to ignore whatever it is that the issue is, it not only tears down, like for real, you giving it more and more room and space to tear down money, finances, family, and ultimately your marriage. Right? And so because other people are watching and other people are, and this is the way we make our bread and butter. I ain't got no time to play with that. Listen, find me a therapist. Let me sit down and talk these issues through.
Especially Quest, we are both public cats.
Oh, come on.
And we've been in the public eye for a minute, and it's not getting smaller, it's getting bigger. Mm-mm. So we repping each other, we repping our marriages, of course we repping God. Like that's the most important.
Pause,
so that thing
right there. Look. So what happens now if I don't get the help that I need and stuff is falling apart? It directly affects you. And
there's no question.
If it affects you, then it directly affects the brand. If it directly affects the brand, then it affects everybody else who's connected to the brand. Yes. You feel me?
It's not worth it. It's just not worth it. So getting help, like getting help is key. Like there's somebody in my life where it's always like, well, what can I do better? What can I do better? What can I do better? It's like, there's nothing you could do better. You could get help. Just get help.
Yep.
And I'm not talking about Simone. I'm not on that passive aggressive, call her somebody. Her name is Simone. So I ain't talking about her. There's people that we have as friends and otherwise, right? And it's like sometimes our friends are in situations where they're either offending us on a regular basis or, it's just causing all kind of havoc. And it's, you got 20 years of friendship. And it's the same thing over and over. And it's like, what do you want me to write you a list? Like, there's no list I can give you. The problem that's causing this is you need help. That's the bottom line. And that's fine. Like, there's no problem with needing help. The problem is when we need it and don't take it, don't seek it, don't embrace it. You feel what I'm saying?
So now we touching in some stuff now, D, because one of my favorite guys, you know what I'm saying, is Dr. John Gottman. Right? And I've seen it in past coaching sessions that I've done before. but he said a while back that he has 4 attributes, if you will, that will determine how long you will last in your marriage and ultimately lead you to divorce.
What's that?
Right. So I just want to share the 4 of them real quick. Like I said, this is all about making adjustments and not excuses.
Not excuses.
So what these 4 things do is they keep a couple, if you will, a married couple, from connecting. And when a couple's relationship is in a crisis, what they're doing is they're suffering from a loss of connection. And these are the things that prevent a couple from loss of connection, or add to the loss of connection, and ultimately will lead you right down the road to divorce if you continue to operate in them. Right. The first one is criticism.
Criticism.
Right. So let's unpack it real quick.
Pause real quick.
So,
I know you're going to unpack it. Sometimes people think criticism is always a negative, but this sounds like you're talking about a negative, like a critical spirit of fault finding.
We're not talking about constructive criticism.
Okay, carry on.
Because constructive criticism builds up, right?
All right.
Depending on how you receive it. But if it's constructive criticism, it's criticism that allows you to grow in some way, shape, or form. But this is just criticism, not constructive, right?
Carry on.
So when you criticize your partner, you're basically implying that there's something wrong with them, right? You have taken a problem between you and put it inside your partner's body using the words, quote unquote, you always, or
here we go,
never, right?
Yeah.
Are common ways to criticize, right? Your partner is most likely to feel that they're under attack and they'll respond defensively.
Hit back.
All right.
Yeah.
So this is a dangerous pattern to get into because neither person feels heard, right? And they both may begin to feel bad about themselves in the presence of the other spouse, right?
Yeah.
And the antidote, I'm gonna say it again, the antidote to criticism is to make a direct complaint that is not a global attack on your partner's personality.
So the issue is the issue, right? So if you have a problem, like I'm a person who is on time for everything, Quest. I don't do anything late ever. Right. And when I say ever, I mean literally ever. You could believe it or don't believe it. That's just how I live, right? So what if the issue is Simone is late all the time, which she's not? Do I make it an assault on her character?
No.
Or do I ask her, like, the next time we're gonna go to thus and such a place, could you try a little harder? If that's not a good way to say it. In your marriage, don't say it. But I'm just saying, if it were mine, could you try a little harder? We could get going on time.
And I'll even give you the reason why. So that we can get X, Y, because at the end of the day, what is the goal?
Yeah.
What are we trying to accomplish? And if we can nail down what it is that we're trying to accomplish, then we can, put together a plan. And then we can ask ourselves, is being late conducive, to what we're trying to achieve in terms of the goal? And if it's not, then why are we doing it?
Yeah, I try to catch flight.
Yeah,
I catch a flight and I go up to the gate late.
Yeah.
No, work.
It's not going to work. So I want to unpack, the three, the other 3.
All right, carry on.
So the second one, D, is defensiveness, right? All right. So when you attempt to defend yourself from a perceived attack with a counter complaint. So in other words, your spouse comes to you with a complaint. You get defensive and say, well, you do X, Y, and Z, right?
Yeah.
That's you being defensive, right?
Yeah.
And another way to be defensive is to whine like you an innocent victim, right?
Yeah.
And unfortunately, defensiveness keeps partners from taking responsibility for problems and then escalates negative communication, right? So even if your partner's criticizing you, right? Defensiveness is not the way to go. It'll only fuel a bad exchange. And the antidote to defensiveness, once again, the antidote is to try to hear your partner's complaint and to take some responsibility, take ownership for the problem.
Agree with what's true, Quest. You got to agree with what's true, whether it be something that I've actually done or neglected to do, or to value the feeling of my wife, because she's telling me that there's an issue. So I can't invalidate everything, throw the baby out with the bathwater just because I disagree with the issue.
Come on. You and I have said it all the time, that there's your truth, there's my truth, and then there's the truth.
The truth, yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. Every time I come in the house and I come in the front door, I never take my shoes off at the door. I walk across my wife's floor. she beefs about it,
Yeah.
right? You keep getting my floor dirty. Then I get defensive. Well, you leave your robe across the front of the bed and on the chair in front of the bed. And
now you acting like a 5-year-old, Quest.
You for real? Did you not walk across the floor and mess up the woman's floor and she just cleaned it like 15 minutes ago?
Simple as that. Simple as that.
Take your shoes off when you come in the house. It's that simple.
And does it kill you?
No, it don't. But see, what happens is when you're fragmented, and you're broken,
you'd be like, "It's my house."
You know what
I'm
I'm
walking
saying?
across the floor if I want to. Now you got a problem. There's a valuing issue or devaluing issue.
But here's the thing that's crazy. You're not gonna clean the floor.
Oh, now you got another problem. Yeah.
You're not gonna clean the floor, and the woman want her house clean. She want her house clean, and then when it's not clean, you vex.
Yeah, cause it.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, loose the defensiveness, man.
Yeah, easy with that, man. It's not worth it.
All right, so here go the third one, D.
Yeah.
The third one is contempt.
Oh,
right?
man, that just on the strength of that, like, do we need to explain that? Go ahead.
Oh, I mean, I'll unpack it though. You know what I'm saying? Just for unpacking's sake, right?
Yeah.
So with contempt is any statement or nonverbal behavior that puts yourself on a higher ground than your partner. And sometimes as husbands, you can use your intellectual prowess to keep your wife in a particular position. Oh, come on. So in other words, mocking your partner, calling them names, rolling your eyes, and sneering in disgust, all of those are examples of contempt, right? So of all the horsemen, you know what I'm saying, or all the, I should say, John Gottman calls them the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse.
Yeah.
So of all of these attributes, contempt is the most serious, because couples have to realize that these types of put downs will destroy the fondness that you have for one another, the admiration that you have for one another. And the antidote to contempt is to lower your tolerance for contemptuous statements and behaviors, and to actively work on building a culture of appreciation in the relationship. Is it always easy? No, but it can be done.
But hold up, Quest. Hold up. There's this phrase that you may have heard of, Quest.
Yep.
It's called contempt of court.
Yes.
You know what happens when cats are in violation and they are held in contempt of court, Quest?
Yeah. They lock your tail up.
They get fined heavily and or get locked up. Because you can't show scorn. You can't demonstrate that this court is beneath you in terms of your consideration. You feel me? You can't act like it's worthless, because all that judge up there and the law that judge represents, the judiciary, says we don't have no space for people that disrespect the court.
And that's in any court.
That's in any court. So if we are dealing with the laws of marriage now from God's perspective, and I have devalued my wife, ladies, your husband, to the point that now I scorn them. You scorn them. Mm-hmm. There's a consequence.
Oh, indeed.
Real talk. You cannot show contempt. No. Pause. Retract. You cannot have contempt. So if you have contempt, you have to ask God to help you with that. Mm-hmm. Because even if you in your mind have it and you're not work it out, the way that you behave still is a manifestation of that contempt. You feel what I'm saying?
No doubt.
Because even if you're standing there in a daze looking at your wife's face like it's a camera lens, and you just listen, just waiting for it to be done, and you're showing contempt on the inside only, you're still not taking anything in. You're still not making adjustments intellectually, psychologically, spiritually, or practically. So once that contempt is in your heart, it's a wrap. So the Lord has to help us with that, bro. Real talk.
This last one, D.
Yeah, let's go. Off the top rope. What is it? I don't even know what it is, but I'm off the top rope. Let's go.
This last one right here, like for real. I'm gonna go as far as to say it. When you do this, all it does is it shows your immaturity.
Okay.
And when I say immaturity, I'm not saying infantile in your thinking. I am saying infantile in your thinking, but I'm also saying that you don't take responsibility for your actions. You don't take responsibility for your thoughts, because really and truly your actions are a reflection of what's going on inside of your head.
Yeah.
Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So this last one right here is called stonewalling.
All right. Check your chat box. I'm hearing you.
Yep. So in other words, okay. Yep. Okay. Got you. So stonewalling happens, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right, D?
Yeah.
When the listener withdraws from the conversation.
Did I just make an example of that? That's staring at your wife's face like it's a camera lens?
Yep.
And you're not there?
Yep. So let me just give them the unpack real quick.
Yeah.
The stonewaller might actually physically leave, or they might just stop tracking the conversation.
That is so disrespectful, bro. You hurting me now, B.
Yo, and just like
just walk
real,
away,
like,
bro.
Yo, in the middle of you talking, they just like pick up and just bounce out the room. Either that, or they stop tracking the conversation and appear to shut down.
Unacceptable.
Right? I'm talking about the height of disrespect, right? Or the stonewaller may look like he or she doesn't care. Usually, here's the funny thing: 80. This is statistics now. 80% of stonewallers are usually men, right?
Yeah.
But
because we're not enough time.
Or what they? Yep. And it's not that they don't care.
Right.
So it's not a case of they just don't care. Typically, they are overwhelmed and are trying to calm themselves. And unfortunately, this seldom works, because the partner, especially if a woman, is likely to assume they don't care enough about the problem to talk about it. This is where the differences between men and women creep into this thing.
But hold on. Before you go too far, though, but does it really matter? If perception is king, and it is, and you're demonstrating something that looks like you don't care.
Yes.
Does it really matter?
Yeah.
Because a lot of times dudes will say, well, it's not that I don't care. And now you're making an excuse again. Back to square one.
Yep. Yeah. And this is what we're talking about, making adjustments and not excuses, right? Yeah. So it can be a vicious circle with one person demanding to talk and the other, looking for escape, right? So the antidote to this is to learn to identify the signs that you or your spouse is starting to feel emotionally overwhelmed, and to agree together to take a break.
What does that look like?
Not take a break to just done the conversation and not deal with it ever again, right? The break is for the purposes of gathering yourself, gathering your thoughts, and coming back with a constructive mindset to deal with the issues and make the necessary adjustments, right? So if the problem still needs to be discussed, then what you do is you pick it right back up because sometimes you're just on 10, and on a scale of 1 to 10, sometimes you on 50. Wait until you come back down to a 3, a 2, and come back. You take the break, but not just to be done with the conversation or sweep it under the rug, but to come back and deal with the conversation when you're much calmer. It's
interesting. My wife was talking about Simone. She was talking to somebody she was being helpful to the other day. And I don't bring it up because it's real old, man. Like this, our only, and y'all can believe it or don't, it's not my business whether you do or you don't. But the only issue Simone and I have ever had was like 15 years ago. When I say issue, I'm not talking about we agree on everything, but I don't have a need to agree on everything. If it's not principle, then I can take it. I don't have a problem taking a knee, man. Yeah. I'm good. Like I don't beef about stuff that's not principle, and we don't have a principle problem. So the rest of it, I'm out. Like, okay, I don't have to agree. I don't have to like it. I don't have that requirement for myself is what I'm saying. Yep. But we had an issue 15 years ago, and it wasn't really that big a deal, but it was big enough a deal in Simone's mind that she got up and walked out the house, bro.
Yep.
She walked out. Like while I don't remember if it was while I was saying, so I don't think it was like that. But she was just like, her take a break was like, I'm out. And I was like, nah, this can't go, man. Because this is my homegirl. Remember, we were friends 11 years before we got married 16 years ago.
Yep.
So it's my homegirl walking out the house in the dark because of something we talking about. That's brass tacks. We're talking about something. Bruh. Ain't nobody yelling. Ain't nobody fighting. Ain't nobody throwing nothing. Nobody showing no Nobody showing no King Kong behavior.
Yeah, that's it.
It was just too hot in her mindset, and she didn't want to talk about it at the moment. And it was just, she had to go deal with whatever that was. And she got up and walked out. And she was telling whoever she was helping the other day, that can't go. And she remembers that her husband did not just let her walk and cool off. Did I go out there, Quest, and then go, whenever I found her, go grab her by her wrist and say, where you going? I'm talking to you.
Yeah, no, you better not.
I ain't crazy, bro.
You better not.
But I'm not going to just walk like Desiree is saying here on the feed. Like, that's my rib walking away, man. I'm not going to act like she's not walking away. Did I try to make her talk? No. But the walking away is some next level, like, and we both learned from it. It's a matter of two people now becoming one flesh. And the 11-year friendship is not the same context as I guess it was 1 year marriage. And we had to work that little thing out. And Lord bless us, we learned from it, man. Not another incident. Straight up. Because for whatever reason, the Lord has blessed us to learn this stuff, man, and say, whatever the problem is, ain't worth it. It ain't worth beefing.
Well, in all honesty, let's really, really take a look at that.
Yeah.
Unpack that just a little. How much time we got left, D?
We got 3 minutes and change.
All right. So let me just really, really quick put this in a nutshell. The reason why we buck the way that we do is because, for real, either as a woman, you have a hard time submitting, or as a man, you got validation issues.
Validation
you got to exert your physical power, or your, like I said before, your intellectual prowess. You got to exert yourself to get your. Let me tell you something. Love cannot be commanded.
No.
It has to be extended freely, right?
Yeah, or it precludes love. Like
exactly. Yeah. The only thing that be commanded is obedience.
And we don't do that with our spouses.
And we don't do that with Matt, because you can't control her. The only person you can control is you.
I
don't
want
no
safely.
relationship where I got to buck and fight with you.
Nah, dude.
To get you to do something. Can we sit down and calmly discuss a goal and achieve the goal working together? Like, I don't want no relationship if I can't do that.
Listen, man.
This is the reason why the pre-work is so important.
That's what I was about to say. No, that's what I was about to say. Commercial time. Go.
Yeah. This is the reason why single folk who are listening to the podcast, that you got to get premarital coaching or counseling, because you got to know what you're dealing with. If you don't know the full story, you got to know, if nothing else, that you can work with this person towards a common goal.
Yeah. Hit us on marriageaintforsuckers.com. Hit us on the inbox. You'll see the contact, and we can get y'all started on that, because there are times that Quest and I may talk to somebody, or we talk about people, and it's like Quest's go-to question is, well, or even Simone, when she and I are talking about stuff, she's like, well, did y'all not know that before? And it's not that it's not a valid question, but it's like, but now what? Like, so you answer the question. So we want to get people ahead of that question. Like, if you're seeing the red flag, you got to, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't play with it, man. Don't act like a red flag is not a red flag.
Oh, it is. But here's the thing, though. Yeah. They boning. I'm going to say it, and I ain't going to put no sense.
You mean having sex?
Yes.
Before marriage?
Yes. And because the sex is good to you, or the booty good to you, you can't see the red flags when they popping up. Either you see them, and you just, because you don't want to mess up your booty, so you push the red flags to the side, and then you try to make a bad situation good by by getting married. And now you made a vow, and I told you God don't take pleasure in fools or foolishness. It would have been better for you not to not make a vow than to make one and not keep it. Yeah.
Premarital sex puts us in a situation where we're under a spell. It doesn't even have to be good. Y'all can play with it if you want, but it doesn't have to be good. It's not about whether it feels good or doesn't feel good. But whenever we are in a situation where we are doing something that God would not have us do, or vice versa, we are not in position to hear from him. And that's just what it is until we turn away. Repent. So that's where we at, Quest.
Yeah, I've been there, done that.
Yeah.
Stay focused.
Stay focused.
There you have it, y'all. I hope you've enjoyed your time with us. Marriage is about mutual love and mutual respect, and it works for those willing to make it work. Real talk, our spouses are treasured jewels given to us to make life better. And the sooner we learn to value one another, will be the sooner we become the absolute best versions of ourselves we can be. Until next time, Peace.